Has Coach told either you or Ryan a decision yet on who's going to start?
No, sir, not yet. We had the scrimmage on Saturday and kind of just reviewed it today. Did some correction stuff, but no, sir, he hadn't told us either way.
Ben Briner.
What did you kind of take from your play in this last scrimmage? What did you see yourself doing well? What did you kind of want to sort of focus on and work on?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we had a solid day, as a whole. I think Coach said we had first 5 of 6 possessions were touchdowns. So, as an offense, we definitely executed well. Thought we could have been better in some situational stuff, like third down, short yardage type stuff. But overall, thought it was a good day. Most important thing for me, took care of the ball. The ball is the most important thing. We talked about that a lot. Had no turnovers, and really just tried to do my job, not do anything, outside of myself. Just play within the system, get it to guys who can make plays, and, I thought we did that.
Collin Taylor.
Collin, you've obviously been in this system and know it better than probably any player on the roster right now. I guess what about it lends itself to creating explosive plays? I know Coach Muschamp and Coach Bobo have been pretty pleased with that so far through camp.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we've just been doing a lot of different things. It's not just one guy getting the ball all the time. I think we spread it around a good bit, and that can lead to explosives. A lot of different looks. Like I said, I mean, it's not like we've got one dude going for 200 yards. I mean, you've got several guys, that are all, it's kind of by committee right now. And so I think that helps us be effective for sure.
David.
Coming in this spring, coming off the knee injury and all, just what was your thought process about coming in here and being able to challenge for this job? I mean, knowing obviously before COVID that Ryan would have a full spring practice and you'd have to sit down, just what was your thought process? I mean, did you ever think that you would be at this point with 2 weeks to go before the game and still have a shot at it?
To be honest with you, yes, sir, I did. I think you have to, right? I wouldn't have that would be my mindset wherever I was, whether I stayed at Colorado State or transferred to another school here. Like, once I made up my mind that I wanted to continue to play and I got cleared to play, that was my goal. And I think, as a competitor, that's what you want to do. You want to put yourself in a position to be here as the game's approaching. But, when I first got here in the spring, my mindset really was just, control what I can control. And at the time, it was just getting healthy. So it was attacking every day in the training room. We didn't get much spring ball, like you said. And then, over the quarantine, just attacking the rehab sessions. And whenever we get the call back, just be as healthy as I can be so I can be ready to go when camp starts.
Mike Kuba.
Last couple of weeks, I mean, obviously it's a quarterback competition, but at the same time, I mean, this has been one of the longest training camps, I'm sure, for you and a lot of your teammates. What has that process been like these last couple of weeks in terms of just being able to continue to grow and be consistent to be able to compete for that starting position? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a different camp. We kind of got to do the OTAs this year with, with the coaches over the summer and all the walkthroughs and those things. So, it was a little different. Camp got started a little later, but even though it's been long and different, I thought we've handled it well. I think guys have showed up and done their job, had good energy. And the biggest thing is I think we've continued to get better. Coach Bobo said it this morning, felt like we've improved every scrimmage, which is important. And by no means does that mean that we've arrived as an offense or as a team. I think the goal has to be continuing to get better every single week. But I think our mindset and energy has stayed where it needs to be throughout this camp.
Ben?
Personally, do you think that has helped you a lot in terms of being able to compete for this starting job in comparison if the camp was a little bit shorter?
I don't know. I think not much, changes for me. I think, I've been in the system. I think it helps, us as a new offense for sure, kind of getting used to timing with guys, to, that kind of thing, figuring out how he's going to run this route or that route. But, I think that could probably be a benefit.
Ben?
How much have you seen Ryan's knowledge of this offense kind of grow really through the last month? Obviously, he came in. You know this offense like the back of your hand. He was the one playing catch up. How much catch up have you seen him play kind of through the course of this offseason?
Ryan's done a great job. I think the ability to be able to meet over quarantine definitely helped the whole room kind of just grasp the offense as a whole a little more. But Ryan's done a great job picking up the offense. Like I said, I've said this before. He's got a high football IQ, and I think he's continued to make strides throughout camp, and especially mentally. I think you can tell he's definitely starting to pick it up more and more. Whether it's just like little details. Whatever it is, he's done a good job of continuing to get better for sure.
David.
Collin, forgive me for not knowing this, being unfamiliar with it, but when you've had that ACL tear and you're doing the recovery, what all kind of rehab do you do? And is there anything that you maybe can't do after you've had 3 times a torn ACL?
The process. All of them were a little different just because of the time frame that I had to recover. But, it's just, I always say it's harder mentally than physically because it's doing the same things over and over and over for hundreds and thousands of reps. And so just being able to discipline yourself mentally to know you're just going to be in there for months doing that definitely is difficult. But, sorry, what was the last part of that?
Are there any things that maybe you can't do that they don't want you to maybe force that need to do, or is it everything always the same?
No, it's been the same. The beginning part of this last one was a little different because it was a little different surgery because I had an MCL as well. So at the beginning, you're just locked out in a brace, whereas the other ones I wasn't. But other than that, no, it's been the same. Running, jumping, whatever it is, I'm back doing everything, and I'm feeling good.
Dick Cox.
For the comment yesterday from Teddy Bridgewater, playing in an empty stadium or not much fans, how it was like playing in your backyard or in your neighborhood, and where they could hear your checks and all and everything you were saying. What do you anticipate it's going to be like playing in front of limited fans?
Coach talked about that today. You better be a self-starter because it's not like we're going to be packing out Williams-Brice. I think we've done a good job of that, bringing energy all camp. But it's going to be different for sure. We've tried to, I'm sure we're going to pump crowd noise or whatever you can do to give you that kind of feel like it's a regular game and like it's, packed out. But, I do think it's going to be different. But it's going to be one of those things where you're just going to have to be a mature team and get yourself going.
Collin Taylor.
Yeah, Collin, I guess Coach Bobo talked at the beginning of camp as identity being kind of the priority, finding out this offense's identity now that you guys are into the last week of camp and starting preparations for Tennessee at the end of the week. I guess what do you feel like this offensive identity is, and what do you feel like you guys do pretty well?
That's a good question. I mean, like I said, we've had a lot of different people make plays for us. Whether it's, one day it might be running backs. We might be running the ball really well. It could be tight ends. We got a lot of talented tight ends. It could be the receiver room. I think we can do a lot of different things. And so as of right now, I don't have like a, straight answer for you. But I think something that's going to be beneficial to us is that we're going to be multiple, and we're going to be able to give you a lot of different looks and get the ball to a lot of different guys.
Ben.
In this offense, how much falls on your shoulders as a quarterback in terms of run game management, getting into and out of certain run plays?
That's a lot. A lot is asked of the quarterback, but you wouldn't want it any other way. That's what he says all the time. He's going to demand perfection from you, knowing that we're never going to be perfect, but we're going to demand it so that we can be the best we can be. And so we are asked to do a lot, whether it's in protections, whether it's, run checks, making sure we're in the right play. But, we are asked to do a lot mentally.
All right. Thank you, Collin. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
So.